Sonia Shah, The Next Great Migration, The Beauty and Terror of Life on the Move. Embark on a journey exploring the fascinating world of migration in Sonia Shah's The Next Great Migration, The Beauty and Terror of Life on the Move. Unearth the misconceptions around the concept of migration and how it has been perceived throughout history. Delve into the stories of Carl Linnaeus, the father of modern taxonomy, and the implications of his research on human classification and race relations. Just as migration in the natural world has developed over millennia, discover how human migration has shaped our history and how it continues to impact societies worldwide.
The nature of movement. For centuries, people believed that animals were sedentary and didn't migrate. This notion was popularized by Swedish botanist Carl Linnaeus, who believed that all creatures settled into permanent habitats after leaving the Garden of Eden. Even when evidence of migration was found, it was viewed as abnormal behavior. However, during World War II, radar technology was used to detect migrating birds, proving nature's great mobility. David Lack's theory answered the mystery of the radar angels and unveiled the truth that nature is always in motion. Carl Linnaeus' classification and the birth of racist ideas. Carl Linnaeus' advancements in the two-name classification system for living species, which we still use today, also perpetuated racist ideas about human origins and helped European colonists justify their endeavors as superior to those of people from colonized areas. Eugenicists' anti-immigration ideology. At the beginning of the 20th century, the United States welcomed immigrants with open arms, as seen in Emma Lazarus's poem, The New Colossus. However, two eugenicists, Madison Grant and Henry Fairfield Osborn, opposed the idea of the melting pot. Eugenicists believed in a racial hierarchy, where specific positive qualities were inherited based on a person's race. Grant and Osborn successfully lobbied the American government to implement stricter immigration laws, backed by their scientific and cultural arguments. However, their views were later debunked as unsubstantiated. Anti-immigration sentiment in nature. The anti-immigration sentiment of the early 20th century extended to nature. There was widespread belief among scientists that new species would disrupt established ecosystems. This led to worry about invasive species taking over ecosystems around the world. The Nazis saw non-native plant species as a threat to German culture, while in Hawaii, botanists attempted to destroy immigrant species. However, they eventually accepted that the new plant species had found an equilibrium with the established flora, and a mixture of native and alien plants could live in harmony. The Malthusian Legacy. In the 18th century, Thomas Robert Malthus suggested that allowing disease and poverty to take their toll on the poor was better than helping them, as he feared overpopulation. This idea influenced thinkers and led to harmful consequences such as anti-immigration sentiments and human rights abuses. In the 20th century, the event on St. Matthew Island, where the reindeer population overpopulated and died due to a lack of resources, led biologists to wonder if human overpopulation would lead to the same fate. Stanford professor Paul R. Ehrlich wrote a book called The Population Bomb, which promoted fearful ideas of population explosion and advocated for measures such as strict immigration control and sterilization. India eventually adopted Ehrlich's recommendation, which led to deaths and human rights abuses. However, the fears of Malthus and Ehrlich were wrong, as allowing prosperity for the poor caused a decline in birth rates instead of the expected overpopulation. The DNA proof of human migration. In 2000, the Human Genome Project revealed that human beings share the same DNA. This proved that we are closely related and have always been migrants. Even though it was discovered that only 0.1% of our DNA differs from one person to another, the idea of separate races still persisted. However, the discovery of DNA inside an ancient petrous bone shattered this illusion. The bone revealed that ancient people migrated everywhere and never stopped, mixing and merging around the world. Physical differences like skin color and height are merely modifications of the human body reacting to various environments. Therefore, instead of Homo sapiens, a more suitable name for us would be Homo migratio. The refugee crisis and the power of misinformation. A heartbreaking image of a Syrian boy's death awakened the world to the scale of the refugee crisis. However, the empathetic response did not last long as reactionary attitudes emerged, fueled by lies and exaggeration. Nationalist leaders manipulated public opinion to instill anti-migrant sentiment, which resulted in the passage of harsh policies and actions. Sensationalized reports of migrant crimes and violence further heightened this fear. Yet, a closer examination of the facts revealed that these allegations were exaggerated and baseless. Ultimately, this crisis highlights the danger and power of misinformation in shaping public perception and policy decisions. Safe migration for all. The book argues that migration plays an important role in the lives of humans and animals and should be made safe and facilitated. The author provides examples of safe passage for animals through wildlife corridors and bridges and proposes permeable borders between countries for safe and orderly human migration. The UN's Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration offers a potential framework for such a world. The message is that migration can and should be facilitated safely for both nature and humanity.
Sonia Shah's The Next Great Migration highlights the astounding complexity and significance of migration, both for the natural world and humanity. Shattering prevalent misconceptions, Shah illustrates the unending nature of migration and the common roots we all share. From the erroneous beliefs of Linnaeus to the unfounded fears stirred by anti-immigration sentiment, migration lies at the heart of life on Earth. It is time we move towards a world where migration can be made and embraced safely, both for humans and nature, reimagining international borders and establishing pathways for safe, dignified movement.